wintertime is a very difficult time for gardeners because they just can't get outside and put their fingers in the soil and plant things. And I mean, you can do a lot of work indoors preparing for when spring arrives, when you can get outside. But when it comes down to it, you're kind of limited what you can do inside. But one thing we've got here at Anderson Seed and Garden that will keep you occupied for 6 weeks during the wintertime is our schedule of classes. We've got classes that will start the 23rd of January, and they go every Saturday for 2 hours for 6 weeks. So it'll last from the latter part of January until the first part of March. And during those 2 hours, we will cover a wide variety of topics. So we'll talk about soils and fertilizers and nutrient and how to build your soil up. We'll talk about vegetables. Probably we'll do 2 classes on vegetables, talking about each variety, talking about best growing conditions, best way to fertilize those, best way to harvest and store those vegetables as well. So we'll be talking about vegetables for quite some time during that 6 week period. But we'll also be talking about watering. We'll be talking about raised bed gardens. We'll be talking about pesticides, how to control insects, diseases, and weeds, and a whole lot of other things. But during our class, we will spend a lot of time doing some hands-on projects as well too, and we'll show you a lot of different tricks that you can do on how to test your soil and how to grow seedlings indoors and how to grow sprouts and how to do microgreens and a lot of really fun things that you can do on your own. And one of those things is I'm going to show you how to test seeds. Everyone has seed packets sitting around that haven't been used for years, and you're wondering if those seeds are any good. And there's a great way to test those seeds. So what we'll do is we'll take a piece of paper towel, just a standard piece of paper towel, and we'll usually cut it into smaller pieces. So I'll just cut it up quick. So what we want to do is just create an environment for these seeds to want to germinate so we can test their germination. So we've got just a little small piece of paper towel. I'm going to moisten it so it's nice and moist. And squeeze the excess moisture out. You don't want it real soggy. You want it just to have a little bit of moisture in there so that the seeds have some moisture to want to sprout. You want to put it in a location, once we get it all ready to go, you want to put it in a location that the temperature stays about 70 to 75 degrees all the time. Now, I took some radish seeds just because they're fairly easy to germinate. And what you want to do is you want to count your radishes so you can get a fairly good percentage. I'll usually do about 25 seeds, which gives you a good percentage to check. Fold that up, keep those seeds in there nice and tight. And then we'll just put it in a little plastic baggie. I think I'm going to fold it over one more time just to keep them together. Oop. And then we'll put that baggie inside the baggie. Had a couple seeds that fell out. I want to fold it up a little bit tighter than what I did to keep the seeds in there a little bit better. Ziploc that, put it in your nice warm location, and within just a couple days you'll be able to see all those seeds germinating. In fact, I've got one that we did the other day. So I labeled it. So this is cherry bell radish, and I put the date on it when we started it, so you can tell how long it takes for those to germinate. Usually I'll give them 3 or 4 days to see what happens and look at them growing. So we've got almost 100% germination in there. In fact, it looks like every single seed has germinated. So at this point, we'll pull those out, check and make sure how many germinated, which ones didn't, and then times it by 4 so you get 100%. So if we put 25 seeds in there and 24 of those germinated, then we'd have 96% germination on our seeds because we only had 1 out of the 25 that didn't germinate. So real easy way to test the germination on some older seeds. We've got a packet of tomatoes. This has been sitting around for a while. You can check it really quickly just in your own home and see if those seeds are still good. And if they're still good, you can plant them and enjoy them in your garden the next year. So super easy way to test your germination, and we'll be teaching a lot of these tricks during our gardening classes here at Anderson Seed and Garden through the end of January through the first part of March. And classes cost $40 per person, but you're spending 2 hours every Saturday from 3 to 5, and you'll be learning all kinds of great things about gardening, and it should make you, whether you're a beginner gardener or an advanced gardener, you'll learn something that you can apply and put to use in your own garden.